Good morning, students. It is the third video in the connection of knowing about the lesson. We are not afraid to die if we can all be together. That is the second chapter of the Hornbill, written by Gordon Cook and Alan East, in which you will know all about the lives that was in peril but how it was overcome. There is said once, what is that? There is a hope against hope. Means if we are in a very critical condition of life and we face such disastrous condition, we should not leave our hopes till the life ends. There are moments when comes in our life that we think it is the end of life. We shall not have any hope of living anymore. But at the same moment, if God's will is there, one survives. And if it is the will of children, there is certainly a big hope to survive. It was January 6. They could see that the wave walker rode out the storm, and by the morning the wind started to ease. He tried to get a reading on the sextant. He came back in the chart room. He worked on the wind speeds and he changed the course. There was drift and current in an effort. He could calculate the position. The best way he could determine was that they were somewhere in 150,000 kilometers of ocean, looking for a 65-kilometer wide island. They expected it to happen. While he was thinking, she was moving painfully, joined him. The left side of her head was still swollen, and her blackened eyes narrowed to slits. She gave the narrator a card she had made by herself. On the front, she had drawn caricatures of Mary and the narrator, her father, with the words. What were the words? Here are some funny people. Did they make you laugh? And listening and reading these very lines, he could see, oh, I love you both. So this is the card to say thank you and let us hope for the best. Somehow they could make it out. Here, he checked and rechecked his calculation. They had lost their main compass. They had lost their main compass and was using a spare which had not been corrected for magnetic variations. He had made an allowance for this in another estimate of the influence of the westerly currents which flew through that very part of the Indian Ocean. It was about 2 p.m. He went on deck and asked Larry to steer a course of 185 degrees. He also assured if they were lucky. He told him with the conviction that if he did not fail, he could expect to see the island at about 5 p.m. With a very heavy heart, he went down, climbed on his bunk, and amazingly, he dozed off. When he woke up, it was 6 p.m. Amazingly, the narrator dozed off, and it was 6 p.m. It was growing dark. He knew that they must have missed the island, and with the sail they had left, they could not hope to beat back into the westerly winds. At that moment, a tousled head appeared by his bunk. "Can I have a hug?" "Who was that?" Jonathan asked. Means Jonathan wanted to have a hug. He wanted to embrace his father. Suzanne was also right behind him. The narrator asked why he was getting a hug then. The son. Jonathan replied, "Because he was the best daddy in the world and the best captain to steer of the ship." "Not today, John, I'm afraid," the narrator said. He said that he had found the island where he wanted to reach. Really, it was unbelievable. What he said. What he said. It was a shaking voice. "It is out there in front of us," they chorused, "as big as a battleship." It was the island Amsterdam. He touched on Dick and gazed with relief at the stark outline of Isle Amsterdam. It was only a bleak piece of volcanic rock. It was a very small place with little vegetation. The most beautiful island ever found on the earth. Then they anchored offshore for the night, and the next morning all 28 inhabitants of the island cheered as they helped them ashore. There were 28 inhabitants of the island that cheered them with land under their feet. Again, his thoughts were full of Larry and Herb, cheerful and optimistic, under the direst stress, and of Mary, who stayed at the wheel for all those crucial moments, most of them. Really, it was a new life to them. 7-year-old girl. Who was that? Suzanne, who did not want them to worry about a heavy injury. But what did happen in future? Subsequently, she had to go under 6 minor operations to remove a recurring blood clot. Continuously, the blood clot was between the skin and the skull, and of a 6-year-old boy who was not afraid to die. Really, they had got this faith. So now you can understand the significance of the title. The title is taken from the Jonathan's remark, "We are not afraid to die if we can all be together." It brings out the bravery, grit and courage of the captain's family and love each member has for others. The theme of the story is this: human nature of knowing and taking on challenges. Human instinct is for survival. They are meant for hoping to live. And human bravery, grit, courage, unity, and determination in this story has been highlighted even by small children. There is element of luck also, you can say, faith in one's optimism, and there is no despairing hope even in difficult circumstances, and one should have sharp presence of mind to overcome the problems. Instrumental qualities of a captain that proved journey a successful one even after strong hurdles. In this way, you have come to know all about this story, and I hope that will help you a lot. That will help you a lot to understand all parts of the lesson, and you must enjoy learning till the end. Thank you, sir. Thank you.